Alright, so everything looks like it is starting to settle down here a little bit. Alright, let's get some of this stuff sorted out here. Get our on the back end. Alright, so we should now be alive in theory. We'll see how this actually works out. Alright. This should be good. Alright, so that should get us... yeah, we should be up and running. Okay, that looks good. Hopefully all of the audio and everything is balanced a little bit better than it usually is. We can hope at least, right? Alright, so happy Friday everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and had a terrific week. We are once again in Space Engineers. We are doing the no uranium start. We are now in orbit, so we are no longer technically held to the no uranium. Now, I may be putting uranium reactors on board the ship as a secondary power supply, but we do need to get uranium for some of the weapons. Some of the weapons require uranium for the ammo, so we will be mining some of that up at some point in the near future as well. So so we have slightly relocated ourselves as far as the ship is concerned. Now we are going to go take a look through here. Hey, Custard Cookie, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. So we now have the ability to actually vent the room. We can depressurize the room so when we're ready to go out and go mining. And I apparently left some thrusters. Oh, I know why, because letting Bob work. That's why. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our helmet on because we are going to turn that block off. Yes? Yes, okay. Just making sure because I have the worst time with these sometimes. And we're going to depressurize. Yep, okay. Everything's working the way it's supposed to work. That's good. So, once we have the entire thing depressurized, we're going to open up the bay. It looks like we are good. And what we'll do is we're going to take the ship out here a little bit. Alright, so now that we have that, let's go over here. We're going to go thrusters. Everybody should be on. Yeah, so let's make sure. Let's get ourselves out here. Okay, yes, all of our thrusters are now powered on. This is good. This gives us a lot more maneuverability. So, okay, so for those who haven't been following along on the YouTube side when you're seeing the replays or the other live streams, this did start out as an atmospheric miner. We went ahead and basically stripped all of the engines off of this thing because we had some ion, we had some hydrogen, we had some atmospheric. So I went ahead and pulled everything that we weren't really using for it right now and replaced it with ion thrusters, as you can see. So far the design seems to be pretty zippy. It's not bad. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Now, we also did go ahead and put in the large mining laser, as you can see here on the front of the ship. So we actually have the ability to now mass produce materials that we need, or I should say harvest the materials that we need. Now I don't know if I'm going to end up putting the mining turret on it, like the actual ball turret. For those who don't know, that this mod has a turret modification that you can add to the front of this thing, and it'll actually auto mine for you. So basically what you can do is just park yourself in, you know, close proximity to what you're trying to mine, and say I want to pull just iron. It'll basically pull whatever resources are there in the asteroid, and you have the ability to tell it to ignore things like stone if you don't want the stone. So it works really well. And if we put the ball turret on it, it'll basically do all of that mining for us automatically. So I'm kind of on the fence of, do I want to do that or not? So let me know what you think. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now. We need to get the engineering section of the ship done. We have some of it done, like the basic stuff is already in. We still need to add jump drives to the ship. Make sure we're not going to go drifting off here. So yeah, we need to add jump drives. We need to get the rest of the thrusters built. Actually, it looks like we have at least two propulsion thrusters. We have 2 retro thrusters. And we have a full complement of shields. So that's actually a good thing. Alright, so we need to get our lateral thrusters on board. And for those, we're actually going to be doing something over here. Let me see, do I have plates with me? I do have plates with me. Okay, so what I was thinking for the lateral thrusters is if we go full thruster, like the large thruster, we can do that. Actually, I want to turn Bob off before Bob goes a little crazy here. Let's find the build and repairs really quick. We want all of those to be turned off. Hey, Hellborn, how you doing? Ah, you're not late. You're on time. All right. So if we do this, because what we're talking, one of the things I was talking about doing was having these little winglet areas basically wrap down and, you know, and fold into the side of the ship here. Now I would be using the tiered thrusters, not the vanilla thrusters on this. Vanilla thrusters would still work, but I want to use something a little bit more powerful. I mean, we've got, I don't know, something like 6 gigawatts of power out of all of our reactors going on here. So if we have the power, we may as well use it. I mean, right? So if I do that, I'm kind of not liking that, actually. I'm thinking it might be better. Okay, so let's grab you. So if we bring you up, let's say 1, 2. All right, so what I'm thinking here is something like this, where we then have this start to wrap in a little bit. I'm not sure how I want to do this. Because what we need is for you to go... Oh, nope. We need this to do something like over here. Let's go 3 there. Do 2 there. And then we do 1 like that, maybe? That might work. That might work nicely. What do y'all think? Because basically what we'll end up doing is repeating this line above it. So we go 1, 2, how many did we go out? 3 on that one? So it goes 3, 3, Next one goes to 4. And these also come out. Let's go. And then that's gonna wrap down a bit. So if we go, yeah, we go that. Let's see, if we do this, the half block corners, so god yes, that would be awesome if they would put those in. Oh, that would be absolutely amazing. Let's see here. So I'm wondering, you know what we might do? It might make more sense. You're tied in, right? Okay. It might make more sense to do these here. Now, we basically, with the way that the collision works for the thrusters, as long as we're not blocking these two cubes, there should be no thruster damage if we have things that wrap around over here. So what I'm thinking is, let's go like this. Oh, let's take that back out. We did that. And then for you, it's going to be something like that. Alright, so let's bring this in one then. Alright, so if we do this, if we do that, we might be able to say, no, we don't want that, we want you. Ha ha ha. There we go. Right? No, that's not right either. We want that one. Because what we can do here is we can actually have this tie in. And then we can get rid of those. And we bring this piece back. There. We end up with something that looks something like that, actually. So what do you think? What do y'all think about this so far? You liking this overall design? Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, scrap this for a second. See, what we could do is we could actually just bring this whole thing in like that, and then we say like that. I'm kind of liking that. Kind of liking it. What do y'all think about that one? I think for this one, what we'll do is we will go. So we go this way. We can start tying this whole thing together a little bit more like this. It would be really, yeah, it would really be nice if we had the small corner pieces so we could tie this stuff together a little bit easier. But that's okay. We'll make do with what we got. We can do that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll let this weld up and see what this looks like. But now if we go to repeat this, it's going to be here. Oh, there we go. So there. And then we did that. Those are flats. That's going to go like so. And we go something like this. Trying to visualize this. I'm not sure which way I want to go. It's actually going pretty good. How are you doing today, man? You having a good weekend? Or a good... Hopefully you had a good week and are looking at a good weekend. It's Easter holiday here for... Well, this weekend is Easter holiday for a lot of the world. So hopefully everyone's in a good situation this week. Okay. And what I think we're going to do here is let's go because that'll be 1, 2, 3. So let's grab this out of here. We're going to grab the tier 3s. And we want you to be slightly recessed. So if we do this instead. Now what I may do is I may lay this thruster down. Or, you know, we do have the room to put in a second large thruster because we do have 4 thrusters for propulsion. So I'm thinking we may go ahead and sneak a thruster in here. Or do we want to have it set where we go... where we do something like this instead. Because then what we can do is if we do that, we can then stick the rest of our thrusters like this. Get in there. There you go. Come here. And then that gives us our lateral and vertical controls on both sides as well. And I do not want those sticking through quite so much, I think. I think I want them recessed. I guess that's okay, technically. Trying to figure out how I want to work these final lines. Kind of sad. Oh, sorry to hear, man. Hopefully everything's okay. Yeah, I think I want to bring these thrusters up. So that's the problem when you're working with the half blocks in these types of builds. You're never quite sure what you're going to get with them. So that's, yeah. And then that gives us a little bit extra room in here in case we want to put more gyros in, which I do actually want. So if we do... I need to get the tiered gyro mod. Well, like I said, if you're feeling sad, hopefully whatever the situation is able to resolve it, to be resolved quickly and painlessly. So, but good luck with it. It's never fun having, you know, things not be the way you want them to be. I think we need to cut this back a section. Is that right? Yeah. There we go. Oh man. Sorry to hear it. Like, it's never easy having to make that decision, but you know, at least you were in the right frame of mind to know that you had to do that. So it just sucks that you had to do that. But like I said, hopefully it all works out for you sooner rather than later. So if we go... Because see, what I was kind of thinking here is to maybe have it do something like that. No, we'll leave it like it is. We'll leave it like it is. Ah. Yeah, that's always the rough part. And you know what? I think I'm thinking I'm going to leave this little space here, and maybe we'll put a like a small door or something in here, and that allows us to basically get in here and do work if we need, in case we need to repair something, like if the any of the feeds get destroyed. What I'll probably do is put a repair system into the ship. And the question is where can I place one that's not going to compromise the hull integrity? Alright. Okay, let's see what this thing looks like here. I think I want... I think what we're gonna do is let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We're just gonna we'll keep it simple. Let's keep the line simple on this. There we go. So we'll do something like that, I think. That gives us a little bit of an interesting detail piece down here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Or it's all. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Even the 3 non-SE ones. Yeah, Hellborn, that's rough, man. Like I said, I know I've been in situations like that myself, where it's you just kind of have to make that determination of what was best for you at that point in time. 2, 3, 4. And the fact that you can approach it and be honest with yourself, that is awesome. It is definitely not an easy thing to do, but hopefully everything works out for you in the long term. So we go. We're going to do this here. There we go. So we go from there. That's the turn? Yeah, that's the turn. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I think we have a plan here. And we're gonna go like so. None of the 3 corners match up, right? Hey, that corners match up fine. Look, see? Corner matches, right? That counts. Should that be what we call the ship? OC death? There we go. The death of the OCD, you know, it's like... Alright, so, and then for this one we went... into, and then back 1. Alright, so we need to take these 2 pieces out. And yes, we want that there. 2, 3. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of destroying OCD. There we go. Artemis, welcome to the stream. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic week. The half armor ramp at the front? Yeah. Half angle at the corner? Yeah, could do that. See, I don't have the extended half block mod, so we're not really getting all of the stuff that we were kind of wanting in there, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, and then a turn. You are 3 and then a turn. Okay. 2. Then a turn, you are going to be the sloped blocks here. There you go. There we go. Yeah, okay. Tuner running late. He might actually be working tonight. His schedule, because Sharky's in his last week at the company. He's got a very sporadic schedule now. Basically, he's just coasting for like another week or so, and then he'll be done with that, I believe. Alright. How did we... I'm guessing we mounted this off of the thruster? Did I... Oh, it's 2 from the outside, okay. So this comes out. Yes, I know my my O2 is running out quickly. Ow. Yeah. Okay. So if we do that, just trying to get a little bit more of this stuff done really quick before we have to run away and get our oxygen system sorted out. There you go. And then since these are tiered thrusters, we don't have quite the mass necessary. We don't need to have, you know, like 27 of these things. We can get away with just a few in each direction. And then we did a 6-pack horizontal on the side, right? Yes, 6-pack horizontal. Okay. And I'm almost tempted to maybe move these up one so that we end up with something like this. Or do I want to go full block? If I go full block, then I could always do half block to offset a little bit. I actually kind of like that. Let's see how close we can push the oxygen supply. Because if we do that, and then maybe push this one out 1 block. Let's see if we do that. In theory, there you could do that. I'm not sure how well that would work though. Empyrean does that. Basically, you select, you know, heavy armor, light armor, or whatever, and then when you right-click, it'll bring up an interface that's a grid interface, and you just choose the piece that you want. So, I personally tend to prefer having it on the scroll wheel. So what I would really like to see is something where you had the grid ability. If you say you right-click with it, it brings up a grid interface. But it's not necessarily what you need. You know, it's like you can still use the mouse wheel to scroll through. I think having both of those together would be a rather awesome. Do I not have an O2? I don't think I have an O2 generator, do I? Nope. Well, that's bad. Okay. Let me hear you. Okay. Let's go tank. Come on. There it goes. Alright. Okay, so we've got those set up. We've got... I don't know, maybe I want to move those over a little bit more. No, we'll leave it like that. I mean, we can always come back and move things around if we really have to later. Let's see, I thought I left. Oh, that actually might work out. That might work out nicely, actually. So what I'm thinking here is that if I need more stopping power, we basically go something like this. Really? You're really going to make me do that? So I was thinking, if we need more stopping power, we can always do something like this. And that gives us, you know, the same amount of stopping power as we have for propulsion. That way we have the 4 pushing and 4 braking. I don't know. I think for now, though, we're gonna go with what we have. We'll leave that like so. We did 3 for lateral. We're gonna go, or 6 for lateral, rather. There we go. And that gives us our maneuvering array. Mining transport, not worried about you. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn the welders on. Let Bob have a field day with this stuff. How many thruster components do we still need? A lot. So that is 1380. Another 1500. So that's or another. Right. So another 1,000. So we said 1380. So 2380 so far. And 140. 2, 3. So it's 6. So it's 18. So 20. So 40 times 140. That's a lot of thruster components. Custom block preset. Yeah, that could actually be kind of cool. I don't know how viable that would be, but like, I don't know if the SDK would allow you to do that. So I've got 9,000 queued. I don't need 9,000 of them. Well, actually, no, we do need close. It's going to be like 6K or something like that. Okay, we'll let those run for a while. We've got 400 sitting there. Let's go ahead and turn the build and repairs back on. Let Bob have some fun for a little while. Alright, see how many plates we have. Because I'm basically going to start welding up the plate work. So let's go ahead and move all this stuff in there. We're going to move you back over here. There we go. Can I get you to cargo? No. Can I get you to cargo? No. So you are the build and repairs out on our little ships, our little tugs. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to decide, is how much extra thrust do I want without the tugs being attached. It's fun having a ship that decelerates as fast as it accelerates, but it's also fun having a ship that can drift. Because if you have an unbalanced amount of thrust on the ship, as you're flying around and you're maneuvering, it makes it harder for the AI to target you. Because you have motion in so many different angles that it makes it harder for the AI script to target. Now, see, if I do six large braking, I won't be able to do the swing drifts. Like if I'm flying around and doing wing overs and stuff, I won't be able to drift through that. So first things first, let's get to the refinery. We've got a bunch of scrap here that needs to be dealt with. You can take a break. Let's see here. So we got a lot of materials. I'm not really worried about that. Let's see what we've got running for production here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get let's get some plates burning. We're gonna do like, I don't know, like 25k plates. 174. Let's check our iron ingot status. $200k there. Another 3k. We got some more going there. Okay, we're not going to worry too much about it then. We have more than enough, and we actually have a crap ton of iron ore to fall back on, which makes it easy. I'm going to grab those. Still mining transport. We're not going to worry too much about you for right now. Let's go ahead and start getting some of this welded up. This way we can get a better idea of what the actual outline looks like. Because if we start building it out, I could actually, I might be able to do something with that, honestly. All right. So, for those who are joining us, welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Hopefully you are having a fantastic day and a terrific week. For those who may celebrate, happy Good Friday, Passover. Today's Passover, I think, for the folks that are on that side. So, but yeah. Happy holiday, no matter what holiday you may be celebrating. Alright. So we got that all set up. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the stuff on this side. Well, see, that's why I was saying with the thrusters, I'm kind of hesitant to have the same number of propulsion as braking, because right now I have basically a 2-to-1 ratio on the forward versus reverse braking thrust. So if I make a turn while I'm doing that, it allows me to side slip. If I have equal counter thrust on both for propulsion and braking, what ends up happening is that it makes much tighter turns, but it's also easier for the AI to predict where you're going. When you have a thrust imbalance, the way that the AI works is it looks at your path of travel, and if you have a thruster imbalance, you start slipping in all 6 directions. So it makes it much harder for the AI to target you specifically. So it makes it a little bit easier to get through their defensive screens. Now, if it's a manually controlled turret, you're kind of screwed anyway, because players are going to be able to account for that kind of stuff. But the math involved for the AI tends to get sloppy. So, and all we're really waiting for is some of these thrusters. So we have braking thrust. We do not have descent, but we do have ascent thrust. So yeah, we're basically just waiting for you know what? You're missing those. There we go. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make sure that we have most of a thruster in each direction. You are just missing superconductors. That's why I didn't want to use all three of my assemblers, because we knew we were going to need to make something. I just wasn't sure what. So you're still making those. You're still producing that. You will make, I don't know, 200? Is that right? 20. $240? You know what? Let's just go ahead and make 250. We should have plenty of gold, I think. We may not have enough gold ingots, I don't remember now. Oh, how much do we need? 163. We actually have enough gold to make those. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and like I said, if the maneuvering turns out that we do need more braking thrust, we have the ability to always add more. So I'm not overly concerned about it right this second. But I want to give it a test flight with what we've got and see how that works out first. All right, so we've got all of that piped in. Got shields. I'm thinking we may go ahead and close this section off. We'll leave it alone. We're not gonna do a complete wrap on the ship. We are going to have areas that are cut away so you can see the interior details, because we have a ridiculous number of shields on board the ship right now. But now that we have thrusters in most directions. Okay, are any of you up here? So you're the only one with thruster components. Okay. So you'll be the first one online over here. We've got one online over here. We've got one descent, one ascent. We have the starboard lateral, and we're just missing port lateral. So we need 12 superconductors for that. Alright. 12 superconductors per engine for the small ones. These are the tier 3s. The tier 4s, if you go tier 4, let me show you these things. These things are awesome. So you have tier 4, which is the Angel Fire. These are actually good because you can use these in atmosphere. But they require advanced thruster modules. Actually, requires 9 in superconductors. What do you need? Okay, so the normal ones are 60 advanced thruster modules versus the 140, so basically half of what it takes for the thruster component. But the advanced thrusters, I'll turn mine later, require ridiculous parts to build, if I remember correctly. Let's see which one's more efficient to build. They're up here somewhere. There. So 1.33 platinum versus, there, 0.13. So you need basically 10 times the platinum to make them. So effectively you need 5 times the platinum per thruster to make the tier 4s. But you also get something like 4 times the power out of them. So, hey Hellborn, welcome back. So, yes, Wartall. Your math would be correct, sir. I set it for 240. We've got lateral on one side. We've got vertical ascent, but not descent. Vertical descent. Okay, we now have ion thrusters in every direction, which means we can now remove the tugs. And I'm thinking we're going to see if we can find how big. See if we can find. Oh, hello. It's too bad the tug won't fit in here. I mean, we could mine it out, but. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a spot that we can park the tugs. And we'll probably end up leaving. What I'm wondering is if we do that. That is. I'm going to vent some atmosphere here for a second. Oh no, okay, didn't. Awesome. Not quite sure how that happened, but okay. Alright, let's see what this thing looks like from the front. I'm kind of liking that, actually. Now, do we have enough clearance to use the main thrusters without melting the face of these guys? Because if we have enough clearance to use them, I'll actually keep the tugs attached, and maybe use. Do we have? Let me check something. Do we have the maintenance tunnels? We do have maintenance tunnels. Because if we're using maintenance tunnels, what I can use is they actually have a mergeless block in here for conveyors. And we'd be able to use that to tie the ships together for supply lines. We would just have to figure out where we wanted to pipe it in at. And it would probably be up here. Oh no, because that's habitation there. We don't want to do anything with habitation that might screw us up later. This is hangar. All right, let me check the. Let's check the. Right. So we could splice into the line. Basically, have it run into the wall here. And if we did that. So, mergeless pipes. Trying to remember which one of these we actually need to, we would need to use. So if we went. See, what I would like would be to have something like this that had a square adapter that we could use. Now I'm wondering if, can we get away with having something like this? Because what I'm wondering is if we can get away with having, say, have it attached here on this grid, and then have it attached to a merge block, or not a merge block, a conveyor junction here. Would that work? I don't know if that would work or not. Because if we did that, we do merge, or merge, conveyor block, piping into a conveyor block. That might work. Alright, let's go grab some interior plates really quick. So if we do that, we want interior plates. So we basically have something like this. It goes into something like that. It goes into that. Yeah, I know my energy's low, it's fine. Okay, so if we have that, see if Bob will weld this up for us. Now, I'm not sure which side of this is actually the mergeless side, so we'll find out. And then we come over here and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Why does this look like... So here? Yep. There we go. Waiting for that to weld up just so we make sure that we have everything connected properly. Yes, we do. Okay. And see, this one's further out. Why is this one further out? What did we do differently over here? Oh, that's what we did. Interesting. Okay. So basically, we'll need to blueprint this one specifically. Cut this one down. Actually, did I just take the door out of that one? Alright, let's see what we did on here. It's always fun when you change something up and don't realize that you changed something up. Oh, it's because I changed where the merge block was. See, the merge block moved over because we stopped using merge tunnel on this. Right then. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna and this was because we need it to have the ability to change the strength of the connection. Alright, so let's get in, turn those thrusters on. We'll back this thing up, finish the modifications on it, get it redocked. Oh. Range on the Pirate, about 4K out. And we did merge this tube. Alright, so how do you tell which side is the... Oh, whatever. So if we do that there... Large mergeless tube. Actually, you know what? No. I actually want it attached to the ship, I think. So this way we know this one's attached to the ship, not to the little tug. And this one could be attached to either or. We're not sure which way yet. We'll figure it out shortly. Alright, so let's get in there. We're going to rework this area. The little merge block slash join area. You're missing computers, which is fine. Hi. Alright, so basically these two will go away. Right? Alright. Whoop, get back in there. Okay, so it's only so it's door. This merge tunnel goes away, and then it'll be door. Okay, that works. So we need to get over to the bridge really quick. Yeah, I know energy's critical. Sheesh. Alright. So let's get ourselves back up to the bridge. Alright. So we want number 6? No. Yes, that was right. Number 6, okay. Come on. Stop ping-ponging. There we go. And we may go do some hostile salvaging in a little bit. I just want to get this stuff up and running here. Close that off for now. Alright. So this is going to come out. You are a merge block, so you will not match to that. You are... Really? I need computers? I really need computers of all things. Alright. Make me 1,000 computers. There you go. I'm kind of curious. How much ammo do we have? Oh, we got a lot of ammo in there. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely go do a little bit of, I don't want to say piracy. Because we're not pirates, damn it. We liberate. Alright. Let's see if the... Nope, hasn't finished it. There we go. Now I was messing around with this this tug design, and I actually came up with a version that we could put a gravity generator on it. So we should be able to basically just gently... Now before we go too much further, we're going to go ahead and grab that. There you go. Okay. And that should get us everything sorted that we need. We saw the merge block connect. Alright. So now I'm thinking we should be able Hey, look at that. We have hydrogen storage now. Yes. That is awesome. Okay. There we go. So we have those sorted out. That's a good thing. The other benefit of this is that we can now move things out of those little, out of those tugs, because those tugs have build-in repairs. Hide those. What this will allow us to do is to move all this stuff into the actual cargo system. So we know that the merge system works. Now the only thing that we don't know, and we're going to turn off the bobs to try this, is will this thruster, does it have enough room to not melt that? Now in theory it should be okay, because that thruster should be passing this way. And this is going to be, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So in theory that should be enough room to not melt the ship. Now in practice is a different question. So we're going to head back up to the bridge. We're going to turn Bob off for a second. Open up our helmet. Oh, I'll put the job order in when we get back up to the bridge. Thank you for reminding me, by the way, Wartall. Appreciate that. Okay, the first things first. Let's go ahead and get the superconductors in there. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do 200 just to have them. But I want to make sure we have thrusters in each direction. Okay, yes. Oh, not what I wanted. I wanted this one. All right. These are all here. Oh. Helps if I spell things correctly. Toggle all on, toggle all off. We're going to delete that grouping. Those azimuth antenna is on, ore detector is on, beam drill is off. Alright. So we're going to turn build and repairs off for just a moment. Go to this, we're going to go groups. Make sure everything turns on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now we're going to run out. And because Bob sometimes stealth fixes things when he's turned on, he may not always give you the animation. That's why we have not turned Bob back on yet. Go ahead and put our helmet back on so we don't slowly die of asphyxiation. Disco Inferno, yeah, I know, right? Alright, so we want to make sure no damages, no damages, no damages, no damage, no damage. Hey, look at that. Alright. So, that means we can leave the hydrogen tanks attached. If we need to, we can always just detach them, use them for planetary landings. I might put a cargo pod on this. I kind of thought about doing that before. What do you think? Should we put a cargo pod on here? Or just leave it in the case, because it is wide enough that we'll be able to put one in. I did specifically intend to have that ability at some point. I don't have any interior plates, but if I had interior plates, we could put a large cargo pod right there. And since I fly in third person, I don't worry about it too much. But this would allow us to basically turn these into planetary shuttles if we need to. But yeah, I think that is going to work nicely. You know what I might do? You know what could work? If we went... I have a feeling we're going to cut something loose, aren't we? If we went... like that. No, because if we do that, it's going to merge to the plate here. Can we get away with doing this? No, because that's going to merge there as well. Alright, you know what we might have? Do we have... that's really frustrating. Oh. What is that thing? It's called Slim, right? Oh, it's thin. Small ship. These are all small ships. I thought there was a thin for large ships too. No, it's all small ships. Damn it. That sucks. Oh, you know what we could do? Can we get away with this? Let's see what we can do with this. Because if we go... See, what I'm trying to do is give my character enough headroom that he can get out of the chair and not pop out of the ship. So I think with these, it drops you in front of the seat. So if we go... Oh, excuse you. I didn't say you could drift away. Alright, so if we use this one instead... Or we do something like... Maybe do something like that. And then we do 1 by 1. So if we do something like this instead... So let's head back in and see if this would be enough to allow me to drop in and out of here without popping out of the ship. See, it keeps spitting me out up here. And if we take these out... So, yes, it's basically the headroom here that's causing the problem. Man, see, what I would really like is Empyrean. See, this is where I like the Empyrean block set, because Empyrean has a block that's like this, but it's half height. It's this shape, but it's like half the size. Really annoying. I mean, I guess no, because it won't. I mean, I guess it doesn't need to be airtight. But it would be nice. I wonder if we went like this. Is that enough? Or is it going to kick me out? That actually looks like it will work. Do a quick check here. Yes, that will work. Okay, that works. Now, let's get Bob turned on so he can start welding this stuff up for us. All of the Bobs, do your thing. What are you working on? Alright. And I'll get around to eventually modifying the other one as well. For now, we just want to make sure it works. There. Now the question is if we do that, let me close the hangar doors really quick. Because now we want to make sure that everything actually will allow us to pressurize. actually. We want you swap. Not. Hey, look at that! It holds pressure. That's good. So we're going to go ahead and depressurize that again. So, as janky as that is, it holds atmosphere, and that's important. Okay. So we're going to leave these open. We're actually going to open up the other side. This way, once we pressurize the actual cargo area here, the loading bay, we'll close those doors to keep an atmosphere in them. Hangar gates. Go ahead and open those. Whee! Business shipment. All right. So let's go deal with the business shipment. You know, the pirates were nice enough to bring us supplies. Let's go be sure to help them offload those supplies for us. Mwahaha. Do I have a mod list? I have a very large mod list. I actually have the mod list builder mod, and it craps out when I try to use it because I've got something like 55 mods or something in this particular playthrough. I am working on trying to get all of the mods updated because I have been changing some mods. And look at you. Alright, so we'll make sure everything is turned off. Yeah. Let's turn those off. Actually, I keep forgetting we set up the system over here. And once we get a little bit of an atmosphere in here, there we go. Let's go ahead and shut you. Shut you. And we'll head up to the bridge. And what we're going to do is we're going to go receive delivery of that business shipment. Because we can. All right. Okay, so where is this thing in relation to us? It is behind us. Oh, the additional gyros make this thing so much nicer to pilot. Hello, Mr. Business Shipment. Okay, so I was talking to Krieg, who built the mod that we have installed for our weapon system. Now, according to Krieg, we have a 20k range on this weapon. So if we switch over to this, let's go ahead and get ourselves into a ambush position here. So what we're going to do is we're going to close in on this guy. We're going to try and take his antenna out so he can't call for help. Need to lead the target a little bit more. Let's see. You'll know if you hit because the solar sails, the solar panels, will disappear. So when we get into about like a 1.2, 1.3K range, we basically have sniper precision with this weapon. There we go. Antenna is down. Turrets are down. And then what we do is we get in a little bit closer. I accidentally destroyed the reactor. I didn't mean to destroy the power system. And we get a little bit closer, and Bob is going to take this thing apart. Windage and elevation? Yeah, I know. Hey, come on, I've been out of the military for, 20 plus years. So, yes, I like these spinal mounted weapons. These things are awesome. Look at this. So yeah, you can once you get into about like 1K range, you can basically put these things exactly where you want them, like shots positioning. And Bob should be grinding stuff down here shortly. There we go. Get a little bit closer. There we go. We have matched speed at 17.07 meters per second, give or take. And because we destroyed his antenna before we got into hostile range on him, he was not able to put out a distress call. Well, actually, he has a second antenna. Maybe I should have taken that out too. Oh well. It is what it is, it's fine. So it has most of a large reactor on it. And now the nice thing is as it strips the resources off this thing, it's using them to rebuild my stuff too. Which is why I wanted to be careful not to take out the thrusters. Because I wanted to get the thruster components, that way I don't have to make them. 800 blocks long. That's pretty good. So it's what, just over a kilometer, or just about a kilometer. That's what, 24, because each block is 3-ish meters, or 3 meters, 2 meters. So 1,600 meters, not bad. We have liberated the pirates' business shipment. It's only piracy when it's done to you. Alright. So if we go... So we'll go pick up the other 2 solar panels shortly. Want to make sure we've got all of this stuff first. Looks like we have some ions that are not powering on. We'll have to go check those out once we get this thing recovered. Rotors and subgrids. Yeah. So there's actually somebody was talking about that over on one of the channels recently. Apparently, WIP, I think it is, has a grid map application. You know, that like we have the floor plan mods. But I think it's WIP has one that's a 3D rendering of it, and it handles subgrids. So. Yeah, no worries. Take your time. Is there anything here, or is it just metal at this point? I think it's just plates now. I'm going to just go, Bob. I want you to start at the farthest blocks first. Well, you are supposed to be at the farthest blocks first. Right. So this is the Space Engineers version of the Reclaimer from Star Citizen. You get within my claws distance. There we go. There's some solar. We still have to go get those other solar panels too. So. To the victor goes the spoils. Now I have found that since I've started destroying specifically like the shipments, I've been seeing fewer of the pirate spawns. I think it's just coincidental, but now we do still need to put jump drives on this thing. I did mention that earlier today, so I'm thinking what we'll do is we will finish this up. You know, looting, or rather, liberating, liberating this poor business shipment that had been misappropriated by pirates. There you go. As soon as we've gotten all the really useful stuff out of here, we'll basically break from here, go over, pick up the solar panels off of that section that's floating away, and then we'll work out where we want to go next from there. I'm really tempted to go ahead and put 2 more extensions on this thing. Yeah, the tugs have bobs, and the modification that we did to the ship allows the inventory for the tugs to tie into the inventory to the main ship. So now the tugs are completely independent, are capable of being completely independent, but they are also capable of being tied into or patched into the rest of the ship. So now, why are you going after the antenna last? I would have thought you would have gone after the antenna first. All right. Okay, so we're going to swing around. Hit our dampeners. Let's go ahead and kill the dampeners here. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to match our speed here with that piece. I want to get heading in the same general direction. See if we can now we're gonna bring it in nice and easy. There we go. Yes, all of the bobs are turned on currently. Hey, no worries, Hellborn. Yeah, basically we were just saying we're just trying to match the what is that? Mining hauler. Should we go after the mining hauler next? So if we do, is it shields? Oh, show on HUD, I think it is. Is that right? Maybe not. Are our shields turned on? Our shields are... Yes, shields are actually on and charged, so we're not too worried about that. I mean, look at that. We've got, what? Just shy of 7 million shields. Not too bad, right? Okay, so it looks like we've basically gotten all of the bits that we really needed, so we can go ahead and kill our forward momentum here. So we do actually have... Okay, that's why. So let's force those all completely off. We're going to hide those now. So I don't want to see them in toolbar. I don't want to see them in block terminal. Okay. So thrusters are powered on. We've got 3 ascent. We have 4 to the starboard lateral. We have 3 to the port lateral. And we have 4 descent. Okay, so we are a fully functioning spacecraft at this point. So we are at 0 meters a second. That's good. Means we're not going to die when we get out of the seat. The fact that that is actually a concern in this game. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is... I'm not going to worry about the mining rig right this second. Artificial mass is downforce. Oh, I honestly try to avoid using grav drives, because what you end up with is, if you are in a planetary gravity field, you lose the grav drive. So, all right, I have plates. Yes. Okay. So you are still working on those. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go... And then what we're going to do is we're going to rework the wings a little bit so that it wraps around these things. Hey, Hanger. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the bits. Greatly appreciate it. Now, did we... I think we screwed up our line here. Hold on a second. Or did we not bring this one far enough forward? So that's... I may have... Yep, I did. Okay. At least it's an easy fix, right? It's an annoying fix, but it's an easy fix. All right. Alright, so that's there. Actually, I was kind of tempted to do this, where we cut them into the wings. And I might still do that. And like I said, we'll just extend this out another line and have it wrap down to give a little bit of protection on them. Oh, it's shield showing HUD add. Okay. I put shields, plural. Alright, so if we did that... And then the other thing I was thinking was we'd have a second one back here on both sides. There. And again, basically we continue the wings back up over and over to encase some of this a little bit. And what we're going to do is, it's basically the wing is going to come basically attach here, swing around, and attach to this end of the wing. But yeah, so that's the general idea, at least. So yeah, I think that's... Okay, so let's get over here. We're going to tell this thing to go in there. Production. Who is not producing something right now? Okay, so we'll cancel that. Excuse me. And we are going to tell it to produce 4 of our jump drives. Come on. We don't need it to be producing more steel plates because we've got so many steel plates right now. Come on. So what we'll do is we'll just keep canceling the steel plates as we run into them. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so as it finishes those up, I'm really tempted to go after that mining hauler. What do y'all think? Should we do it? Go liberate the mining hauler? So you just need the metal grids, the superconductors. You're missing thrusters. Yeah, so you're just missing thruster components. Alright, that is actually easy then. Okay. All right. I need to figure out a color that would look really good as a back glow on here. I'm thinking maybe blue. Go a nice deep blue color so that the light glows out around the reactors and everything. Hey, no worries, Hellborn. Thanks for stopping in, man. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. And hopefully your internet connection sorts itself out. I know right before a holiday on a weekend, that's a horrible time to have your internet go crazy. Alright. So you are all there. You are mostly there. Okay. You know what? Yeah, let's go get the mining. Just because we can. Do. I love the fact that the most efficient way to get parts now is to go loot them. We are reappropriating the misappropriation of shipped goods. Liberating them even. And you are over there, so we're gonna swing the butt of this ship around. We're right before Halberstream. It's a conspiracy. They put water, or they put chemicals in the stream. Okay, so I'm seeing a bunch of turrets on that thing. So if we go right about there. Okay, turret's down. That turret's down. That turret is gone. I'm trying not to destroy the loot. But I also don't want it to call in support. Antenna is down. Come here, buddy. Oh, that's not good. That's a missile launcher. Hey, how you doing? Let's not have you shoot me in the face with missiles. Thank you. Oh. Where the hell are you coming from, buddy? I didn't say you could shoot at me. All right. I know where it is, Hellborn. Have a great night, man. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend too, buddy. Ow, 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 ow. That hurt. Let's see how everything okay. Everything looks like it's mostly okay. Okay. Let's not do that again. No promises? You know. Hey, as long as you are enjoying your weekend, that's what matters, man. Have a great one. All your thrusters belong to me. Ah. There we go. Close enough. I want to see if it takes the beacon and everything apart too. Ah, so much free loot. I disabled it fair and square. Like I said, it's only piracy when it happens to you. Now, I've seen people have ships that were basically just straight up like Reaver style grinder ships, where they'll put like 9 bobs on the ship, disable the ship, fly in with their salvage ship, and it just guts the ship in seconds. It's hilarious to watch. So what I might do is I might add the hacking mod to the game. Basically, we'll end up building a small fighter, and then the idea is that the fighter goes in, strips all the weapons off the ship. You know, we go in, we clear it, take over the command console, shut off the power so that it can't warp out, and then just basically then bring the ship in and gut it. Hey, look, turret. Okay, I want to see what Bob's priorities are, because he seems like he is going after the armor blocks more so than anything else. So, thrusters should always be top priority. Cargo containers should be the second priority. We're going to disable that. Well, I'm not going to disable it. And we're going to move reactor up. Was there a gun up front that we missed? There we go. Now it should start taking the rest of this stuff, like the cargo pods and stuff, apart. Ah, yes. Alright, so I think that is about going to do it for us for this evening. You know, piracy is always a good way of, or I'm sorry, liberation forces are always a good way to liberation actions, I guess. Always a good way to end the stream. I want to thank you all for stopping in today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit those likes and subscribes, or actually follows on this on Twitch. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more, you can actually find us over on the YouTube side of the house. If you head over to YouTube, you can find us over there. If you want to become part of a conversation with me, you can either hit me up on Twitter, or if you want to join in with the community at large, you can find us the community over on Discord. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Enjoy the rest of your, well, enjoy your weekend. We're at the beginning of what hopes to be a good one. And if you are celebrating the Easter holiday, I hope you have a fantastic and safe holiday with your friends and family. And we'll see you back here next time for, well, probably Space Engineers, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.